One of the problems that I struggled with on my way to Immortal was bad gunfight hygiene, and what helped me the most was having a dynamic crosshair. Let me explain. A dynamic crosshair is a crosshair that moves when you are moving, shooting, or moving and shooting at the same time, depending on the settings that you set. Players like TenZ and Simple from CSGO have used this crosshair in high-rank lobbies and even tournaments. So that makes it more effective for you as a beginner or someone that wants to learn more about the game because you have a bigger room for improvement. Here are the benefits of using a dynamic crosshair. Number 1. You know when you are good to shoot. A dynamic crosshair stops moving when you stop moving or stop shooting, which are the things you need to reset and hit your shots. The timing for the shooting reset could be hard to learn and master for newer and some intermediate players. That is why a dynamic crosshair will be the best for you, as it will make you more conscious of knowing when you are applying good gunfight techniques. Number 2. You can follow the top part of the crosshair when you are spraying or bursting. This is the reason why TenZ and Simple use a dynamic crosshair, so that they will know how to control the recoil and reset the bullet after a spray. This could be exceptionally good for players that tend to forget that they need to pull down on their mouse when shooting to compensate for the recoil of the gun. Before we continue, I'd like to ask everyone to consider subscribing if you want to learn more about improving in Valorant. Going back, number 3. Using a dynamic crosshair can make you more alert because your crosshair is changing and you need to focus on it. Autopiloting is one major problem that most Valorant players have, and it is causing them to not improve. Having a dynamic crosshair will make you more alert and attentive of the game, thus lessening the chances of you autopiloting in-game. And lastly, number 4, which is connected to all previous numbers, which is it builds good habit through knowing when to reset the bullets, which will lead you to strafing before the bullets reset, also good habits with controlling and compensating for the recoil, and of course, always being mindful and attentive of the game. And those are the reasons why beginners and even intermediate players should use a good dynamic crosshair in Valorant. Now for this part, I'm going to show you 2 dynamic crosshairs that I've used in my grind to Immortal. First is the crosshair that TenZ is using, which is a center dot 1 with inner lines of 1 2 1 2 with a firing error of 1. Remember to turn on override firing error offset with crosshair offset to make it smaller. The crosshair moves when you are shooting, so now you can see when you are not resetting your recoil properly. But if you are like me and you need outlines to see your crosshair, try my crosshair which I personally created a long time ago that I used to go to Immortal. This crosshair is a center dot 3 with inner lines of 1 1 3 0. What this does is if you are good to shoot, it is only a center dot. But when you have error in your shots, the inner lines will come out, making it less distracting before shooting. Also, one more good thing about this crosshair is that you can actually change it if you also want it to move with your moving error. Also, you can make it smaller using a center dot 2 and make the inner lines width of 2. For these 2 crosshairs, the codes will be in the description below. And that's it for why you should use a dynamic crosshair in Valorant and how it helped me in my rank journey to Immortal. Good luck in your competitive games and see you next time. AC out!